Hello to the audience in the Caribbean conferences. I am Darin Castro. I am a bachelor from biological sciences in the Pontifical Catholic University of Ecuador, South America. And with the collaboration of Josue Franco Salgado, we could do a review and research about the consequences of the climate change and how some biomarkers, as for example, animal populations, can help us to understand the effects of the climate change in the human health. So, in this research, we can study how to the populations of some entomological species, like, for example, Coleoptera beetles, or even another great vectors of diseases, like a viral and bacterial diseases, as mosquitoes of the Culicid family can can have opportunity to cross the limits or barriers in a geographical level or even a natural level, and lost their niche around the ecological balance or ecological stage of these species. That reason it's have two consequences: the destruction of the habitats that cause the expansion of the distribution and displacement of some of these populations around another areas that are not typically to see them. So what's the real reasons in this study? We can understand that the climate change, like a high level of temperatures, can be a consequence of the climate change, especially in the neotropical and Andean mountain ranges. Especially in Ecuador, we can see, for example, in this study that was done by Josue Franco Salgado and some collaborators from the University of Ecuador, the Catholic University of Ecuador, we can see that that's the trending with a species of Carabids in the region of the Andean mountain chain in the south of the country, Antisana National Park. This region have some conditions that can promote the distribution of some species that have a adaptations for the low temperatures and low atmospheric pressure. In the same time, we can see in this simple study that these carabids beetles in this region of the Antisana could suffer a displacement in the altitude of these mountains. That is very similar in that case when can see that some culicid mosquitoes in the coast region of Ecuador can be can be seen around the transitional forest, like for example in the intact forest in the Andean region, despite of the similar ecosystems due to the precipitation level or even the temperature in this kind of cloudy tropical forest. We can see that it's not common to see this kind of species in these ranges in altitude and beyond composition. We can see the same effect in mountain forest, in the secondary forest part, and the patches of forest around the disturbance area. We can see that the richness of species can be higher in secondary forest and a high level of conservation in some areas than the high level of disturbance effects in the patches forest. With these achievements, we can conclude that the natural barriers, like a forest, in a high level of conservation, and the geographical and geological barriers, like glaciers or even mountains, can be an important factor that can conserve and protect the rest of the species in each niches, and in the same time can protect us to new vectors that can spread new infections or diseases like a virus and bacteria infections around this country. And not only in this country, even a regional effect, we can see the same things, and the only form to protect us and protect of these against these effects, negative effects, is promote the reforestation and the conservation plans and programs around this.